Hello, everybody. I believe that we are live. We should be. Yes, we are. Hello, everybody. My name is Harry Rice. I review games for the Montreal Canadiens, and I don't know what we just saw. I don't know what we witnessed tonight, but it was possibly one of the greatest games of NHL history. It was possibly one of the greatest games that has ever happened in the NHL. IOEA, Lucas Winslow's in here. Let's go, boys. How's it going? Uh, if you boyos did not watch tonight's game, you are going to be seeing highlights of it for about the next month, probably. Sporty, by the way, before you come in, would you be able to just give me like 5 minutes? Because I just want to let my phone charge for a couple minutes. Yeah. Harry, did you touch up your hair? No, I did not, Fagio. You've Fagio, no, I did not. I had my hair cut, but you have not been here for like a month. Not a month, but like 2 weeks. Thank you, Sporty. Appreciate it, man. Lucas X, indeed, what a game, dude. Dude, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. I can't wait to get to the thing that happened, the thing in the thumbnail, and I can't wait to hear what you thought about. What do you think about that, Clifford? It was indeed a humdinger. It was indeed a hummer of a game. Definitely, yeah, Lucas. Yeah, Lucas. Now that we've settled down, Sporty for real. GG's. It was a hell of a game. It was incredibly fun. So fun to watch. Great seeing two teams out of the playoffs, just playing to play and have fun and enjoy the game. It was just awesome. Hell yeah, Jack. Pezzy indeed, man. Pezzy. We're gonna get to it. You boys knew. I've only changed the thumbnail, I think, once to a stream, and that was the Cole Caulfield orgasm meme face. That has now happened twice with a first liner and Cole Caulfield now. All right, boys, let's get. I'm gonna read the lines to you and then before the game stuff, and then we'll let Sporty call in. I think it should maybe work. Conservative lawyer. I was trying to be nice, but yeah, more Habs fans at the KeyBank Center than Sabres fans. Pretty much conservative lawyer. Fazio, I didn't watch it. Was it a casual March Madness game? Kind of Fazio. I mean, the game ended 43 on a shootout, but it was really solid overall. It was just a really damn good game. Really damn good game. Lukas Pezzetta is still the worst player in the NHL, and let's change that. Lucas, I mean, I will admit, Pezzetta probably did have the worst between the legs stick Selly because he kind of struggled with it at first. I will admit that, but it was still fun to see. It was fucking nuts that he even took a shootout attempt. We'll get to it, obviously. But yeah, Jesus, another Hattie from Matt Boldy. God damn, Sporty. Jesus. Hey, Cat, how's it going? Thank you for coming by. Much appreciated. Thank the rest of you guys for coming by. That should have been Farrell. Well, Lucas, he's going to be in tomorrow more than likely. We'll see if we can do it then. The opening lines for the Canadiens were Harvey Pinard, Suzuki Hoffman, Gurianov, Doc, Drouin, damn it, Lucas, Ullinen, Evans, Gallagher, and Pezzetta, Tierney, Belzile were the forwards. Matheson, Savard, Edmondson, Barron, and Harris Kovacevic were on the blue line. Jake Allen gets to start that. Montembeault backs him up. And weirdly enough, Caden Primo was called up today as well. Apparently, he is expected to get the start tomorrow, actually, in Philadelphia. So I don't know if they're going to healthy scratch Allen or Monty. I'd assume Allen since he played tonight. And if Primo, something happens to him, then you get Montembeault, for example. So I'd assume Allen is a healthy scratch tomorrow. But apparently, according to Arpon Basu, who is in with the Canadiens, apparently he is in with the Canadiens. So he would know this stuff. We've apparently called up Caden Primo, and he's gonna get a start tomorrow. I'm sorry, boys. I'm just trying to make sure the gain on my mic is fine. It seems to be all right. If you guys let me know how the stream looks, how it sounds, that'd be awesome. Much appreciated. Fagio, what do I want to give up for Pierre-Luc Dubois? Probably a third-round pick. The Jets would probably be lucky to get that, considering that Dubois wants to come to Montreal anyways. They might as well take that because it's all they're gonna really get, knowing he's just coming to Montreal in a year. Honestly, I think it's better because we have nothing to lose. May as well play younger goalies and get them. Exactly, Lucas. And who knows? Maybe Primo, on his 19th try, maybe he finally gets it. Maybe he finally gets how to be an NHL goaltender. It's one of the worst teams in the league. I think the Flyers are 3 points behind us, I think, or 3 points up on us, something like that. So yeah, I don't think it's god awful. I mean, anybody can really do better than Jake Allen, it seems, at this point in the season. We'll see. We'll see if Primo lasts the whole game, which I'm thinking he might. It's Philly. They're not going to be that much of a challenge. yeah, I still have a bit of hope for Primo, but I really hope we draft someone like Lucas. I actually think Jacob Dobbs will be fine in that. I think if anything, maybe trade for Dustin Wolf, but I think Jacob Dobbs is going to be our answer in that. Honestly, exactly, Faggio. Like, and apparently, what the thing was with Dubois is we've talked with the Jets already about Dubois. It's Dubesh. It's Dubesh. It's not Jacob Dubesh. There's no way it's Jacob Dubesh. It's Jacob Dobes. His name looks like Dobes, or well, technically it's Dobbies. Doob? I'm not saying Doob. I'm saying Dobes. Jacob Dubs. That's what we're gonna. That's all. That's what we're gonna be calling him anyways. Is fucking Jacob Dubs. Thomas Mielek. Yes, Thomas Mielek. Lucas. That's a guy I want in the draft. Is Thomas Mielek. If we're going goalie in like the third round, that's the type of guy I want. That's the guy I want. But yeah, Lucas as well. Like, I do have a little bit of hope for Primo as well, just because like goalies, Augustine is not going to pan out to the NHL. But like with Primo, like for a 7th round pick, and he's 23, he's not even close to his prime because most goalies are in their prime. What, about 29 to 33? It feels like they only start to really be fully NHL ready. At least the normal ones are about 26 years old. Lucas. Team Canada, with how he played on Team Canada, he is well worth the pick. I don't care if he's an overager. If anything, that means we can probably get him in the 4th or 5th round. I'd be more than fine with that because, again, Mielek, 21. You're not going to be expecting this goalie to come in 2 to 3 years anyways. He's going to be a 4 or 5 year guy. Montembeault can ride that. If we need Jacob Dubs to come in for a bit, he was 27-3-1 though. Okay, and Lucas, if anything, that adds to him because the goalie can either make or break your team, I would argue, and he's helping them. Thomas Mielek is helping them. But yeah, I do think with Primo there's a little bit of hope there definitely to be had. Because again, he's not even really close to his prime. Like I said, most goalies only really start to get into NHL form around 26, 27. So at this point, it's really just, hey, play him maybe a couple games. And maybe, I don't know if we plan on trading him this summer because he apparently has, because apparently there's, like he becomes waiver exempt for next season. So I don't know if we'd want to try and trade him or if we're just trying to get something to where it's like, hey, maybe this guy can be the backup next year. We trade one of Allen or Monty, for example. I could see something like that. Maybe I don't know. So the Canucks are 13-4-1 in the last 18. Have no shot at the playoffs because of how bad they were a few months ago. Yeah, Clifford, that sounds about right for Buffalo or for Vancouver. That sounds about right for them. By the way, Sporty, I'm sorry. We will get to you in a couple minutes. Like I said, I want to get to the lines and then just the before the game stuff because my phone's at 25%, so that's actually it's fairly okay. And I just realized technically I can actually, while I'm here. Sorry, boys, I didn't mean to make that loud noise. While I'm here, I do want to turn down my brightness to make sure that I do have the most audio that I can get. All right. St. Louis trolled in the shootout and won, bro cooked. Yes, he did, Darkness. Dude genuinely was just like, you know what? Here's like 8 grinders in the shootout. Let's see how we do. And somehow we still won. That's how bad the Sabres were. So the Canucks are, I just read that. Both are good, though. Yeah, Lucas, I prefer Ratzlaff over Melik. I'll admit, for the name's sake, because it sounds like Getzlaff, Ratzlaff would be fun to pick up. I just prefer Thomas Melik, though. I do prefer Thomas Melik. I think they're both going to be solid. But again, he won the gold medal for Canada. Thomas Melik has a special place in my heart. Thoughts on all the PLD stuff in Montreal? Every time I search up rumors for Montreal, I hear is PLD. Yeah, Wolverine. I'm mixed on them. On one hand, I think it works, especially if we can get a deal, say, this offseason, because he's, I think, about to turn 25, I think. So if you can run like a center core, for example, say Suzuki and Dubois 1 and 2, and then say move Doc to the wing. I don't know if you'd want to do that because like Doc has played really well as that second line center, but he was also playing well on the wing with Suzuki and Caulfield. Maybe you play him second line right wing. I don't know. We'll see. But I do think if you have a 1-2 center core of Suzuki, Dubois, and then say Dvorak next year, because I don't think we trade Dvorak until the deadline, for example. Say Dvorak and then Evans on your 4th line. That's pretty damn good. And then for the future, replace Dvorak with probably Owen Beck. I think that's a pretty good solid core, solid center core. That is a great core. No, that's a good center core. Really like that. And yeah, I think if you get Pierre-Luc Dubois, that might rush you out of the rebuild a little bit. But then, yeah, next year, I don't think we really plan on, like, okay, I know we want to be bottom 5 or whatever. I think next year is when we want to start competing a bit. And then the season after that is when we just want to, like, all right, let's go. Let's try and make playoffs now. I think that's what we want to do. So I'm just going to take a sip of my water. It sucks because we know Dubois wants to come to Montreal for a year plus now. Montreal does have the leverage because we got to get him for something, or we lose or we lose him for nothing. So Montreal can just offer a third or a fourth, and we kind of have to accept. Exactly, Fazio. Plus, he's a pending RFA, so we could then say give him that 1 year qualifying offer, even though I'm pretty sure we'd want to get him at like a 7 year deal right away. But for example, we can just give him that qualifying offer to troll Winnipeg and then sign him for an 8 year deal, which I feel like it's something we would want to do. But then again, it'd be funny, but we're not Carolina. We're not that petty. But yeah, I genuinely think that Montreal, while we might end up giving up, say, a second, someone like, say, Matthias Norlinder, because he's not a bust, but he's just not really looking like he's in the future plans for Montreal. I think Winnipeg could actually turn him to a fairly decent top 4 guy. So say a second round pick, Matthias Norlinder, and then just say, I don't know, a contract in return. I don't know, say Yoel Armia, send him back to Winnipeg, because I think Winnipeg has a bit of cap space to work with. Then send him, say, Yoel Armia, just for the depth or whatever. I think that'd be fine. I think that'd be a fine deal. Again, you get rid of that cap hit of Yoel Armia. You're bringing in someone who takes that over. You're giving him a second instead of a third, just like as a little bit of a sweetener. And yeah, I like that, actually. Canucks, and then you're giving them Matthias Norlinder because, like, hey, maybe this guy pans out. Who doesn't? Maybe. Canucks are allergic to first overall. Pretty much darkness. But then again, so are the Blues. But yeah, Harry. Jacob Dubs has that accent at the end. It's pronounced like Bish. Jacob Dobish. Oh, Jacob Dobish or Dubish. Jacob Dobish. Honestly, I kind of like that, Lucas. That's actually kind of cool. Lucas Dobish. I like that, actually. That's cool. I'd laugh if Bedard was a bust. Yeah, Clifford, like Lucas said, there is a 0% chance Bedard busts at the NHL. It'd be funny, but it's not going to happen. Ratsil and Melik play on the same team. Perhaps it can be a tandem of the future for us. I mean, Lucas, I'm pretty sure we have like 5 third-round picks this year. We very well could. We very well could. Sure thing is, it's a small chance, but you never know how players that were dominant in junior are going to perform. Yeah, that's a good point, Clifford. That is definitely a good point. You don't really know until they do come to the NHL and you get that look. But I feel like Bedard is way too talented to. I feel like he's way too talented to just not work at the NHL level. I think the Bedard is going to go down as nothing less than a top 10 player in NHL history. Now that might be a bit of like, hey, fucking hold off on the dude, Jesus. But seriously, with how good Connor Bedard is going to be, he will be going down as a top 10 player in NHL history by the end of his career, if you ask me. If you get to ball, that center core is incredible, especially if you draft someone like Will Smith. Well, Lucas, why? Well, I mean, for example, like 5th overall, why would you go with like a Will Smith to be stuck as a third line center where you can go with someone like, not an Edward Stahl because he's a left winger and we have too many left wingers. Someone who, say, is on the right wing, or try and trade up or down, for example. I mean, yeah, Lucas, the Jets would probably accept much less than that, but I just feel like you can get rid of Armia because he's not really in the plans right now. Norlinder wouldn't have any space on the Canadiens. I mean, I guess you can probably downgrade that second, like a third maybe, but like, yeah. At worst, what would happen is it'll take him. Yeah, Clifford. I mean, I could see his first couple years being like, 70 points, 80 points, 90 points, something like that as he's getting used to the NHL. But once he takes off, like what Connor Bedard, like how overrated Connor McDavid is right now, Bedard is going to crush those numbers. I will guarantee you that Connor Bedard is going to make people forget about Connor McDavid easily, 100%. Counterpoint, this is the first year of losing Medagno over decades, so, I mean, darkness. To be fair, if you are good, you are still technically allergic to first overall because you don't want first overall. Think about it like that. Yeah, Sporty, just a second. Like I said, we are going to. My phone's at 30% now, so we should be good. I'm going to keep it on the charge for a second, but like I said, I just want to get through the Sabres lines and then the before the game thing. The before the game thing I have a little bit. So yeah, I just want to get through that, and then we will get you on in a second. Yeah, Slav Suzuki, Caulfield, Farrell Dubois. I would put actually Doc instead of Mazar, just because I think Mazar will probably be a third liner for us, probably third line. Comes in on the second line wing. Also, you're forgetting about yeah, exactly, Doc. You're forgetting about Doc. You're also forgetting about fucking Josh Waugh. So so yeah. Slav, Suzuki, Caulfield, I could see being a really solid first line. The issue is Caulfield's playing so well on the left wing when he was healthy this year that I don't know if you'd want to take him away from that left wing personally. I'm gonna move my. Oh god, don't put my earbuds in my milk because that won't be good. Yeah, I want Fantilli the best. Oh, Jack, I'm actually on the opposite. I think Fantilli's gonna bust at the NHL level. For some reason, I don't think Adam Fantilli's gonna live up to being drafted third overall. I don't see Adam Fantilli living up to where he's gonna be drafted. Someone on the right wing would also be buried on the second, third line. Exactly, Lucas. Exactly. Yeah, rather you put Mezar, Wall, or Doc on that second line right wing. Probably two people are getting fucked over because you have a right wing core. If we keep Caulfield on the wing, for example, you're gonna have Caulfield, Mazar, Waugh, Doc. One of those guys has to be on the third and fourth lines. Insane how good our depth is for the future. I want Fantilli just read that. Someone just read that. McDavid's a lot bigger though. I mean Clifford, that is true, but he also doesn't throw the body around as much. So I don't think Connor Bedard does either. But Bedard is so much smarter on the ice, at least in my opinion. Like he is in my opinion. I think Connor Bedard is going to be so much better than McDavid. Nobody cares. I don't think Caulfield going from left to right. Yeah, no, Lucas, I don't think it would really change much. It's just that for me, I think if he's on the left wing and he's able to get that shot off, sort of like Ovechkin, I think it would be a little bit easier than him, with a nice wrister, trying to just beat the goaltender. I think he can do it, but I think it is a lot easier for him if he's just able to, get the one-timers off. Suzuki failing to be point per game is disgraceful considering trash players like Nugent Hopkins are point per game. Sorry, not Nugent Hopkins, but Nugget Hoppins. Sorry, Nugent Hoppins. There we go. Dude, Lucas, exactly. Like, genuinely, it's fucking insane. We have too many good prospects. That is the problem Montreal has. It's not been for the last 20 years of maybe this guy pans out. Maybe Jacob De La Rose becomes a second line guy. Now maybe Josh Wall plays fourth line. He should be second line, but maybe we're hindering guys because of how many prospects we have. Lucas, yeah, I think maybe right defense you could say. I think with Barron, I think Harris can play both. You have Lane Hudson, who I think is also right defenseman, and Logan Mailloux. That's four guys right there. And then if you're transitioning Harris to the left defense like he played tonight, I don't know if you'd say, is Lane Hudson a lefty? I thought he was a righty. That's weird. Well, then if he's a lefty, I think Logan Mailloux is still a right D. At least I'm pretty sure Logan Mailloux is a right D. You still have two good top right D in Mailloux and Barron because Barron played. So I don't know. I feel like you maybe need like a bottom pair, maybe a top four if you want to use Barron as a top six, for example. But I wouldn't say right D is necessarily that much of a need. I'd say definitely like a big starter goaltender, like big potential starter goalie. But then that's where Thomas Milek comes in. Or if you want to get him from Calgary, Dustin Wolf. I think that's where it comes in. Darkness, exactly. The Cabs are Aho. Canes are Aho franchise. Yeah, are Aho franchise. Yes, they are, Darkness. They are indeed. Drouin, good trade. Gary Tam, what are you talking about, my guy? Gary Tam, Drouin, good trade. What are you talking about? Oh God, I gotta point the camera down a little bit. I just realized I don't like it going above like my head because I feel like it's like an awkward framing. If it's like here where you see a little bit like this looks more natural to me. All right, so Sporty, like I said, I'm getting through the opening lines for the Sabers, and then before the game, and then we'll get you on the stream. The opening lines for the Sabers were Skinner, Middlestad, Tuck, Peterka, Cousins, Quinn, Rousek. Sporty's gonna correct me if I pronounce it wrong. I apologize. Jost Olofsson and Gergensons, Krebs, Okposo. Gergensons probably played the center there, but that's how the Sabres Twitter put the lineup, was Gergensons on the wing. I didn't even know Krebs could play center. Big shout out, Peyton Krebs. Wait, is that Peyton Krebs? I forgot which auto I got. I think that's Peyton Krebs. I'm pretty sure it is. Darlene Yokiharu, Power, Labushkin, Bryson, Stillman, or the defense cores. Noah, what's a Cab? I don't know. What's a Carolina Hurricane? Because I saw the Hartford Whalers playing last night. Eric Comrie gets a start for Buffalo, and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen backs him up as the better goaltender. Before the game, Sean Farrell signed his ELC yesterday. Big congratulations to him. Very happy to see that he is joining the team on their road trip as well tonight against Buffalo, and tomorrow against Philadelphia. He has joined the team. So it's expected that he'll get in tomorrow. It was thought that he might get in tonight. But yeah, it seems like he might make his NHL debut tomorrow. I'm not going to say that he will in case he doesn't. I don't know if he will. It seems like he should. I'm personally expecting him to make his NHL debut just because why would he join the road trip if he doesn't get one start? Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully he gets the game against Philadelphia. With Pezzetta doing what he did tonight, I don't know who comes out of the lineup. Maybe it's Tierney. Maybe Belzile plays the center spot there. We'll see. Maybe we put Drouin at center, for example. We'll see. But yeah. So yeah, that's before the game. I'll get to your comments, and then we'll get Sporty on the line. So Sporty, just get your finger on that dial and get ready to call me on Discord, I guess. Blaze now has more total points than Tarasenko since the trade. That's Darkness. That is absolutely embarrassing. And the Rangers are allegedly a cup contender. That's funny. Clifford, I wish they never left Hartford as well. I like the Whalers, and Hartford was actually a good hockey city. I wish that was the case too. I thought you said Drouin was a good trade. Gary, it is. I'd rather Drouin over Sergachev easily every day of the week. Plus we have so many good defensive prospects that Sergachev would have been would have been traded anyways. So yeah. All right, Sporty, if you subscribe to this man, Zach Nolan, let's go. We got Zach in the stream, my boy. Zach, let's go, my guy. Zach, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by, my good sir. I appreciate it like always. Oh, my fucking God. All right, Sporty, you can call me now. I'll actually try and call you this time. I don't want to do I actually do want to turn off my, how do I turn on? Oh, there we go. All right, so I am voice connected. At least I should be. We'll see if Sporty gets on here and we can and we talk to him after the LA trade. I was flying by. You have a good night, sir. Hey, thank you, Zach. Congrats on the dub. Thank you very much, Zach. I appreciate it. Have a good night too, my guy. Much appreciated. Thank you for coming by. After the LA loss, fuck it. I don't care. 55 needs to go, period. Traded Boise clearly doesn't want to be here. Find a way to dump Wheeler in the peon contracts. Can't pay a guy $7 million to take penalty. Oof, Faggio. You finally realized that Neil Pionk is not that good. Thanks for running this along with the Sens. Reg win got the Blues a third rounder now since the conditional. Oh, Darkness. What was the condition on the fourth round pick? Heavy DMs. It better be something good. Oh, okay. We got Sporty on the line. Sporty, how's it going, my good sir?
Hello. I just want to start out by saying that the team went off script tonight. This was not supposed to happen. It was supposed to actually be a 6-3 win. I don't know what happened. I don't know who rebelled, but we went off script. It is okay, though. Sabres still going to win the Stanley Cup. We are still going to make the playoffs. It is going to be an absolutely insane journey here, and that it is going to happen. The team went off script just to give the fans less hope. We are better when there are no hope. We are better when there is no real race.
Whoa, Sporty. What do you mean there's no race?
If the team knows that there's no race, they play better. Like last year in March, we played better when there was no hope. If we just act like there's no hope, we're going to win out our final 9 games. That's 18 points. That should be enough to propel us into the playoffs. But all that aside, holy fucking shit. What a fucking game. Oh my God.
There we go, Sporty. There we go.
Like, that was absolutely insane. 65-plus minutes of nonstop action. Big shout-out to my man, Lukas Rousek, 6th-round pick in 2019 after going undrafted in 2017, picking up his first career NHL goal in his first NHL game, in his first NHL shift, in his first NHL shot. Shout-out Rob Ray.
Shout-out Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, Rob Ray better. But this was a fantastic game to watch no matter the outcome. It says 4-3 Montreal won in a shootout. We still got the point. We're still in it on the race. It sucks not getting the other point, but it could definitely have been worse. Like, we could have gotten blown out 7-0. But
I genuinely was expecting that with Eric Comrie in that.
Eric Comrie stood on his fucking head tonight. He made so many key saves that not having Thompson tonight hurt us. Like, Middlestat did not look as comfortable on the top line as he does when he plays with, like, Olofsson and Jost. But big shout out again to Lukas Rousek, who played with Jost and Olofsson today, got a goal and assist in his first NHL game. him, Yuri Kulik, and Matt Savoy should be in the NHL next year. It is going to be a very, very fun time for the Buffalo Sabres coming up. There are 9 games left in the season for us, I believe. It's either 9 or 8, but I think it's 9. I went scoreboard watching after the game. Was happy with one outcome. Fucking pissed at the other. Fuck you, New Jersey. Let's just say that in all good fun, Michael fucking Pezzetta has to blow up prime fucking Tiger Williams.
Michael fucking Pezzetta. I don't know, Sporty.
When you are last in the Atlantic Division, when you are tanking for Connor Bedard, that stick ride could have just cost you Connor Bedard. I hope you know that.
Technically, Sporty. If we're technically speaking,
if you just cost him Connor Bedard, you might as well get your ass over to fucking Lavelle right fucking now.
If we're technically speaking, Sporty, the Gallagher goal is what cost us Connor Bedard because he scored that goal.
All true, but you could have at least given us the shootout one. You didn't need that other point.
I mean, fucking Sporty. Did you see who we put out there in the shootout? We clearly tried.
I saw Jonathan Kovacevic go out. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing?
I thought that too. I was like, okay, Kovacevic is out there. Is he pulling a Marek Malik? And he kind of tried.
He tried, but he just doesn't know how to.
Yeah, he didn't go between the legs for anybody that didn't watch the game. He didn't go between the legs, but he tried something fun. And
he tried a stupid move that Army kind of just read with ease.
Yeah, kind of.
He kind of just followed the puck.
But by the way, guys, if you guys are watching the stream, for those of you watching the stream, how does Sporty sound? Is he too loud, too quiet? Just let me know, boyos. But yeah, no, I don't know what St. Louis was doing tonight with fucking Ullinen, Kovacevic, and Pezzetta before Hoffman, Doc, and
I thought the game was over when Ullinen was shot it. I thought Comrie stopped it. I was like, then it fucking rolled in. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me.
Dude, that is the most Eric Comrie goal that Eric Comrie's ever allowed.
No, that's a fucking Andy goal.
Oh my, yeah.
Will give up. But I will say though, some will say that it was unintentional. I watched the replay. That Jack Quinn shootout goal, that looked intentional to me.
You think it was intentional?
He lost that puck way too early for that to be unintentional.
Really? Wow.
You saw at the end, he was like giving over stick, like a la like 2008 Pavel Datsyuk versus the Blackhawks, but instead he actually regained control. But I think he pulled a Kucherov there. That was nasty.
That was, admittedly, that was. It's embarrassing that Jake Allen wasn't able to cover the fucking 5-hole on that. But it was a nasty goal.
He was about closer to section 103 than he was to the net.
Dude, I'm still fucking pissed at him for that Riley Stillman goal. I don't know where the fuck Jake Allen was going on that one.
I don't know where the fuck Riley Stillman was going on that one. That was his 4th career NHL goal.
Yeah, I saw, and that's his first in, 45 games as a Saber?
Something like that. His first as a Saber.
Yeah. 45
games. Buddy, we traded from at the trade deadline. If we had 45 games at the trade deadline, then there's something wrong.
I think they meant, because I know they showed on Sportsnet his first in 45 games. I think it meant first in 45 games this year.
Yeah.
Overall,
like when he was with, he didn't score this year going into this one.
Let me look it up. No, he did not score since his time as a Blackhawks. Yeah, he played 43 games this year between you and Vancouver. So he scored with like 2 games left in the season with the Blackhawks. His 3rd career goal to get his 2nd of the year. Absolutely elite. I'm gonna get to a few comments real quick, and then we'll continue this. Gabriel, how's it going?
Any questions for me before I fucking leave?
Are you leaving soon?
Yeah, I got another business call to make after this.
Oh shit! All right, try to keep. Sorry, boys, I'm trying to. Noah says.
I'm not even joking you there too. Like it's a major YouTube call.
Oh shit! Oh, are you getting fucking Mr. Beast, the anti-Semite on phone?
Nah, not exactly, Mr. Beast.
Oh no, not exactly. It's just PewDiePie, guys. Nothing major.
Is this guy just named it T-Series?
T-Series? That's 2017 YouTube.
With the great man, the man himself, T-Series.
I'm on the phone with T-Series. You won't believe what happened next.
One more last little tidbit, you were talking about future Habs goalies potentially.
Yes.
Because once again, like, nobody who you have at the moment is the true answer. Montembeau's okay, but he's not long term. Jake Allen, he won tonight, but he should be sent down to the AHL yesterday.
Dude, Jake, yes.
Hayden Primo, we don't know. He kind of busted, in my opinion, or either he just never got an opportunity, which if he hasn't had an opportunity yet with this sort of goaltending tandem that they're rocking right now, that's usually not a good look.
I mean, he's played he's played 7 games. I think he got 2-3 seasons ago. I think last year he got like 7 games, which, to be fair, isn't really something you should go off of just because last year's Canadiens. And I think he's gotten 2 games this year.
I will say, the future of the Sabres goaltending. Oh my God!
All right, Sporty, we're gonna have to let you go. I'm sorry about that, but I mean, fuck, if you want to sauce over one of those franchise goalies you've got, then
oh sure, I will gladly give you Topias Lanian.
Fucking who?
That goalie we drafted in the second round.
I'd rather Devin Levi.
This clown probably thinks Tage Thompson is a franchise center. It's because he is.
Exactly, Noah. Also, Noah said earlier, Sporty knows the Canes will win the cup. Sporty, did you know that the Canes are winning the cup?
I can see them winning the cup, yeah. They have a very loaded team. If they get consistent goaltending, I can see them making a run for the cup.
So, in other words, they're not winning the cup then?
Well, I mean, anybody's got to get through Boston. And as of right now, the only teams that I can really see getting through Boston is
Colorado.
Well, I'm talking about in the East.
Oh, in the East, okay.
I could see the Hurricanes getting through Boston. Like, Boston's is not going to be an easy out, but at the same time, they have so much pressure because this is one of the best seasons in NHL history.
Yes, absolutely. It's up there with literally the Red Wings, the Canadiens, and the Lightning.
Yep. Don't mention the 74-75 Washington Capitals.
Yes, of course, definitely. One of the best teams in NHL history. Did not lose more than 10 games that year. Oh, sorry, Sporty. Apparently, we're all wrong. Darkness says the Habs are winning the cup.
Yeah, if you load up Fantasy Hockey Manager, maybe.
I mean, technically, fuck Fantasy Hockey Manager. EA is better.
I know.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. Legit.
So, Noah, to answer your little comment about the clown part, that kid you have in a profile pic, you probably molested all the time.
Sorry. No, Sporty. No, Jesus, please don't get me canceled.
I'm the one saying it, dude.
Sporty, it's still gonna get my channel shut down. It would be my channel getting shut down.
Well, then I'll have more subscribers than you then.
Fuck you. God damn it. I'm trying to find any more. Yeah, guys, if you guys got any comments, any questions for Sporty, please put them in the chat now because you got to leave in a few minutes, I think. Yeah, Sporty, this was a really solid game. I was hoping we'd get Tage Thompson because I wanted to see one game where he didn't shit the bed against the Canadiens this year, but I don't think we're gonna.
He hasn't shit the bed yet against the Canadiens this year.
I mean, he's not been doing the type of shit he's done against the other teams. I'm just saying that he's been good, but he's not deking the shit out of Kirby Doc like he's.
TNT.
No, please don't sing that because that might get my fucking video copyrighted.
1.5 seconds isn't gonna get you shit.
Dude, you genuinely would be surprised. You would genuinely be surprised.
I know YouTube.
So do I. They're very hit or miss, Sporty. I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend. I bet I won't kiss you. Or wait. The awkward silence is very, very deafening. Sorry. Gabriel, how's it going, man? Try to keep it Nola if he doesn't want to stay flipping for picks, rebuild a new look Jets. Yeah, Fazio, I'd agree with you. Pionk is now finally shit. Yes, Fazio indeed. Gary, Galley's one of the worst contracts in the league. I wouldn't say that. I don't know if
Galley got posted by 7th today.
Exactly. Gallagher is now worth a 6th round pick. But no, Gary, I wouldn't say Galley's like one of the worst contracts in the league. As the cap goes up more and more, it's gonna look less and less bad. So Caden Primo, yeah, Darkness. So Darkness is it confirmed now that Caden Primo is absolutely getting the start tomorrow against Philly? Cat, exactly.
Probably.
I don't like it because I've what I seen him of, but then again, I got to remind myself it was last year's Canadiens. And oh boy, Jesus. Cat, yeah,
All right, well,
what's up?
this was fun. I enjoyed this. I'm now going to go to the inner city, yell the N-word just to see what the hell happens.
No, please don't. Okay. Dude just left. God damn it, Sporty. God damn it. All right. All right, boys. That was Sporty. He might be in the chat. I don't know if you guys could say hello or bye to Sporty, that'd be appreciated. Thank you guys for coming by. Or not thank you guys for coming by. Thank you guys for listening to Sporty for like 20 minutes to talk about the Sabres and the Canadiens tonight. We will have Sporty on in the future for the Canadiens and Sabres games. Next year, if I'm doing this via Streamlabs, it'll be a lot easier. It'll be a lot easier to do this instead of me having to hold up my phone. We'll just be able to hear them. It was like the trade deadline stream. If you guys were there for the trade deadline stream. So yeah. All right, I'm going to get to these comments and we're going to start recapping the Canadiens game. I'm looking. Well, so there we go. Yep, boys. Darkness told me. I just looked it up because I got to confirm. Yeah, so Marty St. Louis has confirmed that came on Primo, that Caden Primo will get the start against the Flyers tomorrow. I'm assuming, again, like I said, I'm assuming this does mean Jake Allen's a healthy scratch because he did play tonight. If something happens, Primo, you're going to want Monty going in as he's fresh. Allen, I'd assume, just like I would assume Monty would be a healthy scratch tomorrow if he was the one that played tonight. But yeah, interesting. We'll see what happens. Monty was the backup tonight, so clearly he's not hurt. I do think it's just late in the season. We want to give some guys some looks. That'll be interesting. It's Parade to the penalty box in Arizona tonight. That's like the 7th minor penalty with a few minutes left in the second, tied 2-2. Oh, Clifford, who are they? Oh, few minutes left in the first. Jesus, Clifford, who are they playing? Canes can't beat the Bruins or Knights. Just name a couple playoff teams. Exactly, Kat. Sergachev is the top end defense. Gary, no, he's not. Holy shit. No, he is. He is not at all a top pair defenseman. Sergachev is the top 4 at best. He would not be the Canadiens' top pair and defenseman right now. That would still be Mike Matheson. And even then, Caden Gooley, I think, is better than Mikhail Sergachev. Jordan will be playing in Europe next year. Gary, no, he won't be. He's got near 30 points this year, which is pretty good for a guy who's apparently one of the worst forwards on the Canadiens. Tage Thompson's better than Aho. Yes, he is, Kat. That was something you didn't need to say because it's just obvious. People think who's better than Sebastian Aho. People think, oh, Nick Suzuki, Tage Thompson, easily. The Habs are winning the cup. Yes, they are, Darkness. 74-75 Caps. Greatest game of all time. Yes, indeed, Darkness. Definitely. The best team in NHL history was actually the 92 Sharks Centers. That is true, Clifford. I will argue the Sharks were better just because teal is an elite color. Fight me on that. But I will say the 92 out 93 Senators did beat the later Stanley Cup champions of that year, Montreal Canadiens. So maybe they were the better team. Maybe they were the best team in NHL history. We'll see. You can play like 0.2 seconds of a song, copyright struck. Exactly, Clifford. There's no safe amount. Like, it basically kind of depends on like the artist and also the record label and like how strict or lenient they are. It's like there really is no safe limit, like you said. Like, I could sing Wonderwall right now, and that might not get struck. I could play Highway to Hell for like I could literally just play the da-na-na, and that might get copyright struck. Like, fucking, like, there, like you said, there's no goddamn safe limit. Like, Jesus. Thompson has 89 points, and Aho 62. Exactly, Cat. W Sport, let's go, Fazio. Did you miss my comment following the Scheifele and Wheeler? I'm gonna have to load the stream up then, Fazio. Aho's the most overrated player in hockey. Yes, he is, Dan. Hey, sorry, Darkness. Dan, how's it going? Thank you for coming by, my good sir. Happy to see you. Good on you. I forgot that the stream thumbnail was Pezzetta. So I clicked on it. I was like, shit, no, I don't want that. Then I was, oh, wait, no, yeah, no, that is the one I want. All right, sorry, boys. Chat filter, all messages. So, Fazio, where is yours? Try to keep Hanola after the LA loss. Yeah, no, I read the Hanola comment. Yeah, no, Fazio, yeah, no, I'd agree with you. Try and keep Hanola and actually fucking play him. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Canadiens pressure in the opening minute. Sabres get no touches on the puck so far. Habs were able to cycle, and the Canadiens score. Just a minute 13 in, roughly around there. Jordan Harris finds the back of the net with his 4th of the year. Drouin and Matheson with the assists. Really nice fast rush by Matheson to get the puck around. Like I said, finds its way. Matheson passes to Drouin. cross. Jordan Harris, nice shot. It's a 1-0 Habs lead. Sabres then push back the other way, and they'd score on their first shot of the game. Habs aren't able to strip of the puck. It's a shot off the boards, rebounded out to Lukas Rousek for his first career NHL goal on his first shift. Not his first touch of the puck, unfortunately, but his first NHL goal on his first shift, on his first shot. Shoutouts Rob Ray and Mario Lemieux, apparently. According to Sporty, apparently Rob Ray also did it. Game is 1-1. Okposo tries to shoot, and he's taken down. Habs look to push. The shots were 3-1 Canadiens 5 minutes in. Habs then went to the PK. Krebs gets tripped up by Brendan Gallagher. He was the culprit, as I put, but he was the culprit. Tuck with a nice tricky shot. Allen makes the save. Evans with a cross check on Krebs. That caused a bit of a scrum. It was right in the face-off circle. Habs were able to clear. Good on the boards. The Canadiens were good on the boards early on. Like I said, able to clear. We are 1-for-1 on the PK tonight. Sabres are able to tap the shots. They started playing pretty well. Yoki Haru has a nice hit on Jake Evans. The game is getting a bit physical. I was surprised. I was actually a little bit surprised it didn't get out of hand. The refs were pretty good at handling it. Canadiens with a nice shot. Gurianov just wide of the net. Tierney then centers it for Pezzetta with a clear whiff. Who would have thought? Sabres with some push. Good stop by Allen on a 2-on-1 rush. Peterka then whiffs on another 2-on-1. Allen makes a stop that sends us to commercial with just under 5 to play. Sabres get some pressure. Decent push for JJ Peterka. Couple more good looks for the Sabres. Habs then go to the PK again. Edmondson's called for holding Okposo with about 2:20 left in the first. So this is basically going to close out the first period. The Sabres on the power play. Sabres try to push. Habs cleared first. Allen makes a good save. Sabres didn't get too much, surprisingly. 2 for 2 on the PK tonight. Shots are 13-6 for the Sabres. It's a 1-1 tie game after the first. Canadiens, like I said, had the opening control for the first 2 minutes. Sabres then really pushed back and got themselves back in the game. Played very well in that first period. Sabres get some push in the opening minute. They look for the lead, and they go to the power play again. Duran's actually called for a hook under a minute in. That prevented a goal. Buster not. Spencer Knight, nah. Spencer Knight, I want to say, is 21, 22 years old, somewhere around there. Yeah, it's 21. I don't think a 21-year-old can be a bust. I feel like for Spencer Knight, you got to give him, I think, 2 more years before you can really call him any type of a bust. But even then, I'd say hold off on it because A, he's been in the Players Assistance Program this year, and also B, for a 23-year-old goaltender, unless you play him right out of the draft, like you immediately sign him, play him right away, like a Rick DiPietro, then you maybe ruin him to make him a bust. But with Florida, I've actually liked the way they developed Spencer Knight. He played 4 games in his first year in the NHL, then 2 in the playoffs. Played 32 last year and 21 this year. Probably would have been up to about 30 by now. Sorry. But yeah, for me, I don't think Spencer Knight's even close to being a bust, at least in my opinion. We'll see as time goes on if he really is. But to me, I don't think Spencer Knight's a bust. Again, I don't think you can really call a goaltender a proper bust until 23 at the earliest, depending on if he comes in. Spencer Knight, he came in at 19. I'd say 24, 25 is around when you can maybe call a goalie a bust. Yeah, for me, goalies are so like weird and out there that it's like, can you even really call a goalie a bust until their career's finished? Like I don't. It's weird. But yeah, Duran gets called for a hook. Like I said, that actually did prevent a goal. It was a good penalty to take by Duran. And it doesn't cost us because 6 minutes in, we get some 4-on-4 into a very brief power play. Skinner's called for high sticking, so we are 3 for 3 on the PK. That one, Sabres really just, again, didn't do much. Skinner took the immediate high stick. 4-on-4, Habs tried to push. Sabres get some momentum. Good stops for Allen. Habs power play, obviously there's nothing with just 6 seconds to show. Habs are 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Habs then try to push. But the Sabres, again, more momentum. They are getting a couple shots on Jake Allen. But against the flow of the play, the Canadiens score Alex Belzile's 6th goal of the season from David Savard with the lone assist there. 2-1 Habs. Nice snipe as well for Belzile. Kind of looked like a Lafleur shot, except just almost waited out until the goal line. And instead of a nice big slapper at the hair flowing, it was just nice wrister with not really any hair flowing because he kind of has his hair cut short. So yeah. It's 2-1. I thought Belzile should be a 4th liner for us next year. Genuinely wouldn't be surprised to see Belzile stick around in the NHL for the Canadiens. I'd like to sign him. I like Belzile and how he's played this year in his call-up for the Canadiens. Good depth guy, good reliable 4th liner, kind of like Chris Tierney. Seems to be a bit more offensive Belzile, though, even though, funny enough, he's 31. with 31-32. Wouldn't be surprised to see Belzile stick around with the Canadiens next year, or at the very least get signed to Laval next year. Sabres then go to the power play very shortly, about 30 seconds after we had scored. Hoffman is called for a cross check to the back. He received a hit. And the Sabres score. I said getting the 2-1 lead, but they get the 2-2 tying. Wait, what? Yeah, no, they get the 2-2 tying goal. The puck is batted off of Jake Allen, and it's in. Terrible coverage of the post there by Jake Allen. We are 3 for 4 on the PK tonight. Really good eyes by JJ Peterka and shot. Good on him to take it, but just you want Allen to have. Canadiens then press. Canadiens press. Evans' line has some really solid scrambles, good chances. Commerce coming up big as he needed to now. NZA, yes indeed. Pezzetta CELLYS was just one of the best things this season, absolutely without a doubt. NZA, I don't like asking you to do me a favor. Yeah, NZA, depending on what the favor is, of course I can do it. If you're asking me to strip on camera, I can't do that, but there's other things I could do as a favor. There's other things I can do as a favor. What's up, man? But the Sabres then make it 3-2. 2 in a row. Get ready for the parade down St. Catherine Street. Bobby, let's go. Bobby T's in the chat. Let's go, Bobby T. It's been a long time since I've seen him in the chat. It's been a long time since he's talked in the chat. Bobby, hope all is going well, Mr. T. Hope all is going well. Thank you for coming by to the stream. Yeah, pretty much. Get ready for the parade. Exactly. Just, 2 in a row wins. I'm happy. I got the white jersey on for 2 in a row. We got Pezzetta in the thumbnail. Probably the only time it'll ever be in a thumbnail, unless it's breaking news. Michael Pezzetta traded for 2 first-round picks, which is never going to happen. That's probably the only other time he'll be in the thumbnail, unless he's just overall traded, because I do videos on the Habs trades whenever they happen. I'm gonna be seeing you tomorrow. Hey, yeah, Bobby, my dad did tell me that you are supposed to be coming down tomorrow. Hope to see you. Hope the tooth is hope the chipped tooth is all fixed up. Hopefully that's all going well. Hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, actually, because I did forget that you were supposed to be coming down tomorrow. That's awesome. Thank you. Would you mind taking off the Isles role? Oh, the Isles GM role for me in the old Sim League in case you guys go back there. Still busy with school. And yeah, of course, no problem. I can do that after stream. Thank you for letting me know. I will do that for sure. Sons is going to be very happy to hear that because he is an Islanders fan. Looking real handsome again. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I don't know why I'm doing this at every message, but I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Every message I read, I'll just do this, and I'm just doing this for like 45 straight minutes. Who knows? But thank you, Bobby. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So here we are. So Riley Stillman scores. This is a weird goal because the Sabres are in the zone, and Riley Stillman kind of jumps up into the rush. Not really the rush, but just kind of finds an opening, gets in there. He receives a pass. And Jake Allen decides, hey, this blue paint I'm in, yeah, no, I'm not, I don't need that. I'm just going to come out. And Riley Stillman kind of just says, thank you, gets around and just kind of shoots it right in front. And it goes off Barron's stick. I did put it. It goes off Barron's stick. And that wouldn't have happened if Allen had stayed in his crease. Yeah, it's 3-2 Sabres. It's a weird goal. It's a weird goal there. In a way, it's tough to tell with young goalies if they're bust or not. I mean, Anderson. Exactly, Kat. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say they were terrible. They just weren't up to what I think people wanted them to be. But definitely, Anderson or Pekka Rinne, they just weren't cutting it for a long time. And then, like you said, they ended up being playoff goalies. Rinne goes to the Cup final. Craig Anderson is 1 game away from a Stanley Cup final and still playing in the NHL. He's 41? Yeah, 41 years old and he's still playing. Like, excuse me, look at Craig Anderson. 3rd round pick in 1999 by Calgary. Goes back, into the draft. Gets picked 4 picks earlier than he did in 2001 by the Blackhawks. And does come in 2 games 2 years later. Does come in for a 2 or 3. Plays just 6 games, 4 goals against average. Next year, not bad. He does play 21 games with 21 games, 2.87 goals against average, and a .905 save percentage. After the lockout, 05-06 wasn't great. Oh, God. Oh, no. And then I believe he's traded to Florida. Was he? Okay, this is fun. Okay, so apparently... Okay, so I'm looking at this right now. So in 2006, He was claimed off waivers by Boston. He was then claimed by waivers by St. Louis 2 weeks later, then claimed back off waivers by Chicago 4 days later. And then it doesn't say what happened to him to get to Florida, so I'm assuming it's a signing because for some reason, for 2006-07, it seems like there's no signing records on HockeyDB. So I'm assuming he signed in Florida. Played very well. Only 5 games, 17 games, 31 games, but an average of about 2.35 goals against average, a roughly .928 save percentage over those 3 years. Very solid. And at that point, he's kind of a consistent NHL goalie. Plays 71 games the next year in Colorado. And then he's a mainstay in Ottawa. Gets traded there in 10-11. And again, he's their goalie for almost a decade. So yeah, you definitely can't tell with NHL goaltenders. Because like, again, Freddie Anderson, he was drafted in 99. So when he was about just about 17, actually, I think he just turned he just turned 18. I was trying to see his birthday and when the draft might have been. Had just turned 18 the month prior before the draft. He's drafted at 18, then drafted at 20, comes in at 22, and he isn't really a great goalie until he's 25 with Florida. 26, 27 is when he does get that backup role. 28, he's a starter in Colorado. Then at 29, 30, that's when he's really given the starter's role in Ottawa. And then from there, that's where he's really been good. So with Craig Anderson, I might have been saying Freddie Anderson accidentally, but with Craig Anderson, he's not an NHL starter until he's about 29, you know? So it's surprising. It's, it's weird. I feel like every season is Knight is the backup, starts the season pretty good, is close to overtaking. Sorry, my throat's weird. Knight's the backup, starts the season pretty good, is close to overtaking the crease because Bob is playing like shit. Then he's shit and gets injured for the year. Then repeat. He's not a bust, but if he keeps this up, yeah, Fajo. I think if it's because of that, for example, I mean, this case he's not injured. He's in the player's assistant program, which I mean, you can kind of say is like an injury, but it's like I wouldn't say that's an injury. But yeah, for some reason it does seem like last season that was the case. This year, like I said, he's been in the player's assistant program, so it's not really a pattern that he starts the season good, he's close to overtaking, then he's shit, blah, 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 whatever. I don't think that's necessarily the case for Spencer Knight because, again, he's 21. Last year that might have been the case, and he got hurt. This year, though, like I said, it's the player's assistant program thing. I think if he's good to go for next season, I genuinely think next year he can be a really solid 1A, 1B type of goalie with Bobrovsky in Florida. I think that they can have a decent rebound from this year. Just as a Canadiens fan, I got to hope this year they kind of fall off because it's scaring me how close they are to the playoff race right now. I'm really hoping that they do fall off because if I can look at the NHL standings from NHL.com, if it would load for me. There we go. Thank you. The Canadiens right now are 5th from the bottom. We are 1 point above Arizona, which if they win tonight, that'd be nice. Philly, who by the way is casually on a 3-game winning streak. Weird. But yeah, they're on a 3-game winning streak. We play them next game. So if Arizona wins tonight, then they jump up to 69 points above Philly. And then if we beat Philly, I think we pass them because we have more wins than them. So by the end by tomorrow, we might end up only being 6th worst from the NHL. Or sorry, might end up being no, we wouldn't be tied with Arizona. We'd be tied with Philly. Yeah, so we would technically be the 6th worst team in the NHL. Philly would drop to 5th. Of course, assuming Arizona wins tonight. If they don't, then Philly, we would just tie with them and we'd only be above Arizona. Or actually, no, wait. No. We would be above Philadelphia and Arizona. If Arizona doesn't win tonight, we'd be the 7th worst team in the National Hockey League instead of the 5th like we are right now. At this point, by the way, Boyles, at this point, I think you just kind of pack it in. There's no way we're falling below Columbus, Chicago, or San Jose. We're already 10 points back of Anaheim. They're on a 4-game losing streak. There's no way that we are going to end up passing or getting passed by Arizona. And then Chicago's 2 points below Arizona or Anaheim, sorry. And then Columbus and San Jose are tied for last in the NHL right now. San Jose is has the tiebreaker though because Columbus has 4 more wins than them. Jesus, just think of those 15 loser points, if you will. If 10 of those are just regulation losses, they have 43 points. They are by far the worst team in the league right now. which is just Fazio, the condition on the trade, there's no condition on the trade. There was one. There was actually a condition on the pick, but there isn't anymore. I do have to look up the cap-friendly teams Canadiens. Can I look up, where's the Florida pick? Yes, Florida pick. I do want to view the full trades. Okay, so it technically was conditional. So was the 4th round pick, but that did end up getting the 2022 4th. So basically, the condition on the 2023 Florida first was the Panthers' 1st round pick in 2022 is top 10 protected. In the event that the Panthers retain their 2022 first, they will no longer own their 2023 first, and Montreal would instead get their 2024 first round pick. So it was conditional on that. We obviously end up getting their 2023 first, which the fact we even get a first round pick again for Ben Sherratt is nuts. The 2025 first via Calgary, though. We will call it the Harry Rice salute. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. That would be appreciated. That'd be very fun. Oh, okay. I just read that. Yeah. So basically, I'm going to read out the conditions because we clearly have not wasted enough time not recapping the game. So the condition, there are 2 conditions. Okay. Oh, God. So 1, if Calgary's 2024 first round pick is between 20 and 32, Montreal can take that pick instead. I think that's fair. In the event Calgary receives Florida's 2025 first round pick, which I'm going to have to go to that one right now. Okay, it's lottery protected. That is incredibly easy. It's lottery protected. But in the event that they receive those picks, 1, if both Calgary and Florida's picks are not top 10, Florida receives the better of Calgary and Florida's picks. So I believe if they pick, say, 12th and 13th, we'd get 12th, for example, I think. 2, if Calgary's pick is top 10 and Florida's pick is not top 10, Montreal gets Florida's pick. Scenario, in the event Calgary does not get Florida's first round pick in 2025. A sub-scenario, Calgary's pick is not top 10. Montreal gets Calgary's pick. And 2, if Florida's pick is not top 10, is a better pick than Calgary's, and was transferred to another team due to prior conditions, Montreal will also receive Calgary's 2025 4th round pick. Sub-scenario, Calgary's pick is top 10. 1, if Calgary's pick is first overall, Montreal will receive Calgary's 2025 third and the better of Calgary and Florida's 2026 first round pick. 2, if Calgary's pick is 2nd to 10th, Montreal receives Calgary's 2025 first. So basically, it's conditional on us being able to pick their 2024 first. If Calgary's pick is 2nd to 10th, we can get that pick. And also, if it's not top 10 and the Florida pick is moved, we also get a 4th. Yeah, it's just yeah. Buster Nah. We lost like 4 viewers when I was recapping that because people were like, I came for a recap. I didn't come for this fucking trade shit. Sorry, but I'm taking a sip. Buster Nah, Alexis Lafreniere. He's gotten so many opportunities every single year since 21, playing with Panarin and now Tarasenko and Kane, but he's already underwhelming and demoted to the second line. Fangio, I don't know. I've said Lafreniere will be out of the NHL by 2025. He has 34 points in 72 games this year. For me, I don't know. I feel like if a guy like, say, Jonathan Drouin, not Jonathan Doran, as I just put into fucking unhockey, who has 28 points in 50 games, he's slightly above half a point per game. He's on pace for roughly 45 points over a full year. Again, he's played 50 games this year. He's going to play about 60, about 60, 58 around there, because we have only like 7 games left. Something like 58 games this year. So he's going to play a good portion of this season at about half a point per game so far. Slightly above, actually, half a point per game. Lafreniere, who sure he has 15 goals, 34 points. for what you wanted out of a first overall draft pick, he's absolutely a bust if you ask me. For what you wanted for a guy who put up 35 goals and 112 points in the QMJHL before he was drafted, yeah, I think you absolutely want way more out of a guy like that. Because you look at his career so far, 21 points in his rookie year, 12 goals, 31 points last year with 19 goals. Looked like he could have been a 20 goal scorer. 34 points this year with 15 goals. He has 34 goals and 34 points. That's weird. No, 15 goals, 34 points this year. I don't know if I'd say that's really what you want out of a first overall pick. I'd say that's more, 10 to 15 type range. Like, okay, he's good. He's going to take his time to pan out. But when you compare him to a guy like a Tim Stützle or a Caden Gooley, who have had better careers so far than Alex Lafreniere. Caden Gooley's in his rookie year, and he already looks better than Alex Lafreniere. That is not only how good Caden Gooley is, but how shit Alex Lafreniere is. That's more of a compliment to Caden Gooley, though. Now that Tarasenko and Kane are in New York next year, next year is basically do or die for Laf because now he's got a bunch of competition and is. I mean, I don't know about that, Fajo, because Tarasenko and Kane are both. I could see them trying to re-sign Tarasenko, then letting Kane go to Buffalo, for example, because I'm pretty sure he's probably going to Buffalo. It wouldn't surprise me if the Rangers end up keeping Lafreniere, more so because Kane and Tarasenko are both right wingers as well. And while Kane has 4 goals, 8 points in 12 games, I don't know. I don't know if I see the Rangers really moving on from a Kakko and Lafreniere, for example. Just because Kakko, I could maybe see it because I'm pretty sure he's requested a trade. I know Kuznetsov has requested a trade in Washington, but that's a different thing. But I feel like with Kakko, if anyone wants a chance at reviving his career, they gotta trade him. Lafreniere, I don't see much out of him. I've not seen he's a really good two-way forward that Rangers fans have been saying. I've not been seeing that with him. For Lafreniere, not to his level, but I see him as sort of like Neil Yakupov. Again, not to the level where he's out of the league by 6 years after he's drafted. No. Well, I have said that he's out of the NHL by 2025. Obviously, he's not going to be at this point. He's going to be given chances. Unfortunately, I am going to be wrong on that. I will admit that. But, I do think it's going to be a guy you look at in 10 years from now and be like, wow, why did the Rangers pick him first overall? It's going to be one of those things. And you can't say he needs time to pan out. I mean, Fajo, I do think certain players do need time to pan out. You look at a guy like, say, maybe this is not a great comparison, but say a Maxim Afinogenov, for example. He was drafted in 1997. He was drafted in 1997 third round, the 69th, nice overall. Now, for example, obviously, this is the first overall pick being compared to early third round pick. It's not, or a mid third round pick in 97, about a mid third round pick. But you get what I mean. He's drafted out of Russia, comes over in 1999-2000. Okay, 34 points his rookie year, 65 games played, 34 points. Not bad. Only 36 the next year. In 13 more games, he had only 2 extra points. The next year, plays 3 more games, has 4 more points. He has 40 points, 21 goals, though. Then the next year, only plays 35 games, 11 points, 73 games, 31 points. Then he explodes. 77 games, 73 points. He is a pure playmaker at that point. 06-07, 56 games, 61 points. Then 07-08, 56 games, 28 points. Has a bit of a step back. And in 08-09, 48 games, 20 points. And he ends his career in the NHL 09-10 in Atlanta. The 1 year he played outside of Buffalo was a really fucking weird year. All 82 games, 24 goals, 61 points. Heads over to the KHL for about a decade and says, hey, you know what? I don't need the NHL. I'm going to go over to Russia and just play pretty damn well for a while, scoring 6 goals in a decade in the playoffs. Yeah. So I do think there's certain guys who need time to pan out. Could a Lafreniere work out like a Finneganov, for example, where you give him that 5-6 years and then, okay, boom, he pans out. Granted, Finneganov went back to Russia during the lockout, and that definitely helped his development and helped turn him into a pretty much a point per game player for 3 of his 5 years after the lockout before he left. Yeah, it helps him a bit. However, again, you're comparing, say, a Lafreniere to a Finneganov. I think you can compare their play styles because they are both primary playmakers who have 20-goal upside. I liked Finneganov from what I've seen of him. I really like Maxim Finneganov. I thought he was a good second line guy. Yes, Faggio, exactly though. But that is also the thing. For a first overall pick, he should be ready. He definitely should be ready in 3 years to at least be a second line guy. I will argue the Rangers are pushing Lafreniere to that second line. He should be third line. He should be playing the third line right now. Exactly, Faggio. I would argue for first overall pick, if you're not putting up at least half a point per game in your first year, right out of the draft, if you're first overall, you're nothing. Of course, for a forward, defenseman, varies, and then obviously goaltender, you're not putting up 40 points in a year because goalies just don't get more than like 4 points a year. So yeah, if you're lucky, 4 points a year. Most goalies are lucky to have an assist a year. But yeah, don't even get me started on goals. But yeah, definitely for first overall pick standard wise, Lafreniere's been a massive disappointment if you ask me. Definitely. But I do want to say though again, while I don't like Lafreniere and I don't think he will pan out to the NHL as much as he was expected to when he was drafted, I will say I would give him time before he proves that he's a bust. I will give him a little bit of time. Hey Randy, how's it going, man? Just got here late. Thank you for coming by, Randy. Much appreciated. You're lucky that we're still streaming. We had a special guest in Sporty coming on via Discord. I'm not streaming via Streamlabs. Don't worry. I do know you're coming on. You will be coming on eventually when I do a Streamlabs stream. He wanted to come on because he's a Buffalo fan, and we've had him on like every time the Sabres played the Canadiens this year. But happy to hear you. Props to Jake Allen for the overtime and shootout. For the overtime, yes. For the shootout, so. There were not many tough shots he had to face. We'll get to that, though. We're still in the, second period, I think. So we can take a sip, and we'll get back to the recap, actually. Ooh. The Canadiens were out of sync a bit as the Sabres pushed. Matheson stopped a nice 2-on-1 chance. Evans' line pushed, but the Ullinen and Gallagher were changing. Not Evans' line. Evans tried to push. Like I said, Ullinen and Gallagher were on the change, though, so he just kind of tried to kill off time. Sabres then pushed. There was a turnover that led to a Joe shot. That just went wide of the net. Habs go back the other way. There's nothing as the puck is sent out of play. NZA, I do remember that, man. I do remember that. We should work on that eventually, sometime in the future. We definitely should, man. We definitely should. 6 out of 7 saves, no shit. I mean, Randy, none of those were really like super tough though. The one that was super tough on that Jack Quinn shot was the one he allowed. But again, we'll get there. Randy, again, we'll get there. Habs get a couple looks, big scramble in front. Hoffman with a really nice chance. Power takes it off the goal line. Really smart play by Owen Power to spot where the puck is going. Hoffman almost puts it home, but again, like I said, Power off the goal line. Great chance there. Canadiens more chances. Allen gets the win for the Habs, and you always shit on Allen. Always shit on Jake. Well, Randy, when he starts winning more games for us and not allowing 9 goals a game in every other start, maybe I'll stop shitting on him. Yeah, Canadiens get more chances. They look to tie. And they go to the power play with just about a minute left in the second period. Okposo's called for high sticking Savard. Canadiens get another big scramble in front. Harvey Pinard and Doc were in there. Comrie's making saves making the saves that he needs to. Yeah, very, very solid. 1:10 left the power play time to start the third period. Shots are tied 22-22 and a 3-2 Sabres lead after 40 minutes of play. This is why Monty is the best goalie and Habs are 5th last overall. Oh, Randy, I could say that. Allen gets the win for the Habs and you always shit on Jake. How come Allen always gets the wins, but Habs are 5th last overall? We're rebuilding is both of our reasons. Yeah. Just because Montembeault is making the saves and actually getting wins for the Canadiens doesn't mean that just because Jake Allen isn't getting the wins doesn't instinctively mean he's a shit goaltender. What makes him a shit goaltender is the fact that he sucks. That's what makes him a bad goaltender. Just a reminder of Jake Allen's stats. Can I get Jake Allen, Hockey DB? Thank you. And I might as well just use the same one for Montembeault. Jake Allen this year has a 3. Fuck off ads. I don't need ads. Thank you. Who needs advertisements? God damn it. Okay, well, clicking his name, there we go. Okay, so Jake Allen, in 42 games this year, has a 15-24-3 record. I might as well just go through all the stats. 3.55 goals against average, a .981 save percentage with a shutout, and, I guess, an assist, 2 penalty minutes, 2,450 minutes played, 145 goals against. 0 empty net goals. I think that means he's allowed 0. No, wait, what? Empty net. Does that mean like amount of goals scored on the empty net with him pulled? Because there's no way that's 0. Well, I don't know what the EN is. I'm assuming that's like empty net, whatever. But yeah, 3 ties. I'm assuming that means overtime and shootout losses. So yeah, there's that. And 1,190 saves. Sam Montembeault in 34 games has a 3.28 goals against average, so slightly better. 905 save with 0 assists, 0 penalty minutes, 1,978 saves, 108 goals against, 0 ENs. I'm assuming again that's goals with the empty net pulled. Again, there's no way that's 0 as well. 0 shutouts this year. I went over the record. 1,030 saves. In my opinion, I will argue Montembeault is better. That save percentage is leagues above what you'd want out of it. It's where you'd want a Jake Allen to be right about now. And 905 is where you'd want Jake Allen to be right now if he's your starter. He's the one getting paid $3 million for next year and next season. That's what you want out of a Jake Allen. And then instead you're getting it out of Montembeault, who's getting paid $1 million into next season. So yeah, really weird. Didn't say the win. Oh, I didn't say the win losses. Oh, sorry, Randy. The win loss record. Montembeault is 15-14-3. Sorry, I didn't say that. 15-14-3 for Montembeault compared to Allen 15-24-3. So Allen, Monty have actually won the same amount of games. However, Monty has won. Has lost. They've both won the same, but Monty has won more. One less. No. Monty has lost more. No, lost less. Lost less is a weird thing for me to say because I'm not used to the double L there. But yeah. So, yeah. Play Monty the rest of the year. I mean, Randy, I'd be fine with it. Yeah, no, Fazio. Quentin Byfield is a complete bust. I will actually argue that. Byfield in LA, for some reason, it's not working. Like 21 points in 44 games is not that bad. But for a guy who is projected to be a big power forward and projected to be a goal scorer to have 3 goals in 44 games. Now, again, obviously there's that, okay, you let him pan out, maybe it'll work. And the kid's only 20. But still, 3 goals for a dude who had 32 goals in 45 games in the OHL. Now, obviously that doesn't mean, 32 goals in 45 games in the NHL. But that should at least mean 10 to 15 this year. Like, okay, again, he's only 20. He should have more than 3 goals at least. For a dude who's this young and projected to be a big power forward goal scorer, that's what you want out of Quentin Byfield, is physicality, which is far what I've seen out of LA, he hasn't delivered a lot on, and goal scoring, which he has 8 in 90 career games. Okay, 21 points this year. That's not bad. You'd instinctively would want his 18 assists to be his 18 goals and his 3 assists, or his 3 goals to be 3 assists. That's instinctively what you'd want. Now, again, of course, I could say this in the next year. Who knows? Maybe he scores 25 goals in next season and he turns into a top 6 forward. Who knows? Maybe he does. There's also that possibility he just doesn't pan out. Who knows? We'll see. Oh, what the hell? Okay, there we go. The against Florida sadly proved to me Allen is at best a backup goaltender. It pains me to say that it's true. At the same time, I've always believed in Montembeault. Exactly, NCA. I've always believed in Montembeault. I believed last year when everybody was shitting on Sam Montembeault. I was the one saying, guys, it's the Canadiens this year. We're not a great team. Give him a chance. We signed him. We extended him for 2 years, that $1 million per. And he's playing better than Jake Allen this year. He's playing better than Jake Allen. Just, yeah. Randy, exactly. You were shitting on Montembeault. And I told you guys, again, me and Rick from Talking Habs, we told everybody, give Montembeault the year. Give him next season. Give him that chance, and he'll do better. And he's done better, not only than he has last year, which, to be fair, I mean, everybody seems to have been doing better than last year, but he's doing better than Jake Allen. Randy, it's so weird seeing you with a smirk emoji because I'm not used to you using emotes. You're not one to usually use emotes. It's so weird seeing that, Randy. It's so weird seeing you with the smirk and the he. That's really weird. That's really weird. I'm not used to that. All right, let's get to the thing because my voice is starting to die a little bit, and I need my voice for tomorrow because the Canadiens, spoiler, we also play tomorrow. So, yeah, I'd much rather keep my voice intact for tomorrow. Habs get some chances on the power play to start the third. Good looks for Harvey Pinard. Nice shot on net. Doc tries to bury one, but we were 0 for 2 on the power play. Canadians with great pressure. Shots are 5-0 Habs, 3-0. It's 3-0 somehow. No, 3 minutes in. We had a lot of momentum. The Canadians were really trying to tack on the shots. Sabres weren't able to get much. They were just trying to kill off time to maintain the lead. Habs get some chances. Duran has a near miss on a wide open net. Just almost put it home. Sabres then push after. Sabres get some stray shots. They are trying to extend the lead. They were looking for screened and tip shots. But the Habs score against the flow of the play again. Our second goal doing this. Brendan Gallagher, congratulations. His 200th. I almost said 2000th. If it was 2000th, that'd be weird. But his 200th career NHL goal from Evans and Ullinen. Nice wrister on net. Ties the game at 3s. How's the day going? F1 stuff. It's going very solid. Thank you for coming by, my good sir. Thank you very much. Hope your day is going wonderfully as well. Thank you very much. Habs tried to push. Sabres were very solid on the turnovers. Good stick checking to kind of stop the Canadians' pressure. I actually want to point out the Sporty that put this up before the 3-3 tying goal. Sabres were 24-0-3 when leading after 2 periods. I said if we wanted to win this, we might have to do so in OT. And oh boy, call me Muhammad Ali because I am a prophet. I don't think that's racist, but we'll see. Draisaitl 300 career goals, only 27, huge W. John Speed, let's go, man. It was a 5-on-5 goal too. Who are the Oilers playing right now? I hope they're playing the Coyotes. Oh my God, they actually are. They actually are playing the Coyotes. John Speed, I love you. Please lose to the Coyotes because we need to pass the Coyotes. You're already in the playoffs. Please let the Oilers lose. First time at Mullet Arena. Oh, let's go. First time at Mullet Arena. John Speed, is it the Oilers' first time at Mullet Arena? Winning 4-2. Hey, Big Poggers. Hey, you know what? Hey, John Speed, I'll be happy for you. I wished Arizona could have won, but you know what? I'll take them scoring 2 goals on probably Jeff Skin. No, it can't be. Why was I going to say Mikko Koskinen? You guys haven't had Mikko Koskinen for what? 6 years? When was Mikko Koskinen last in the NHL? Is he even still playing? He's 34. He might be playing in Europe. Oh my God, he's actually playing in the Swiss League. And apparently he's in the playoffs. Okay, that's weird. You guys had him last season. Where the fuck was I? Okay, I'm sorry, but why did you guys have Mikko Koskinen last year? Big shout out Mikko Koskinen in 1920 with a 2.75 and a 917, and then dude just fucking fell off. Big shout out Mikko Koskinen, boys. All right, let's go. All right, Sabres try to get the lead back. Middlestat goes off the post. That was nearly a yikes for the Habs. Speaking of the Habs, their zone time amounts to nothing. The Sabres go back. Both teams get a bit cautious, both kind of slowing it down. Gallagher gets a decent rush. Doc was then high stick by Belzile, a rightful no call by the refs. I thought they might have called that. Doc was furious on the bench. Yeah, again, a rightful no call there. Though it's kind of funny because if it actually was a Sabres high stick, that would have gone that wouldn't have been called either. So that kind of sucks. Canadians tried to push, but they were still out of sync a little bit. Duran has a nice pass. Doc can't put it home. Final minute, Sabres did their best to get a late last minute goal. 4.5 seconds left. They put 45 seconds on the clock by the officials. That was funny. Sabres try to get one final shot. They can't off a scramble off the faceoff. Shots are 36-30 for the Habs, and it's a 3-3 tie game after the regulation headed into overtime. Habs get the opening faceoff. Duran passes. That's turned over shortly after. Sabres push, but they couldn't get any shots there. Yeah, and then the Canadians tried to push. It's turned over. Sabres come in. Jake Allen makes a save, and Jake Allen with the great pass. Byfield's playing on the first line. No, he's not, Faggio. No, he's not. Is LA playing right now? Oh my God, they're not. Oh my God, I feel Jesus. Yeah, Faggio. Yeah, probably not the whole season, but just can I look up Quentin Byfield game log? That's what I want. ESPN, you're always goated for that. Thank you. ESPN. So what has he done for example, in this month, what has he done in the month of March? In 11 games, what has he done? For example, he actually started the month very well with a 5-game assist streak. Actually had a 6-game assist streak. Going over to the last game of March against the Jets, he has a 6-game assist streak, which is very nice. Quiet for a game. Scores against the Islanders. Point against the Blue Jackets. Against Vancouver, no points. 2 assists in Calgary, and then 0 points against Winnipeg. And then 0 points in 7 goals against the Blues. So he does have 8 points in March. But again, just he's scoring against bottom feeders mostly. The Canadiens, the Blues, the Capitals, the Islanders, the Blue Jackets, the Flames. These are all teams that are out of the playoffs. If not, they're barely out of it. Except the Islanders. Actually, I don't know why I said the Islanders. But the Canadiens, the Blue Jackets, the Capitals. The only good team that he really had a point against was Colorado. The Islanders are in a playoff spot. Blue Jackets are not. Calgary's not. Yeah. And then even going back to March, who did he get points against? Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Arizona, Winnipeg. All teams out of the playoffs except for Winnipeg. Again, that started his 6-game point streak. But still, 3 points. And the only 3 he got were against some of the teams that are out of the playoffs. Some of the teams that are out of the playoffs. What did he do in January? 2 goals, 4 points. Not bad. Who did he get points against? Dallas? Not bad. Goal since San Jose. Goal, Nashville. Assists, Philly and Florida. So again, Byfield is getting points, but they're against bad teams. He's not scoring against Tampa Bay and Carolina and Boston and Vegas and Edmonton. He plays those teams in January. He has no points against those teams. Those 8 points in the month is 1/3. Yeah, Fagio, exactly. Yeah, that is 1/3 of his point total all year as well. And January, he had 2 goals, 4 points. He had 6 points in the month of January. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 games though. December, admittedly not great. He only played 3 games. He had no points. October, he actually had 3 points. Surprisingly, against Vegas, Minnesota, and Nashville. Points in the first 8 games of the year. Not god-awful. Roughly half a point per game. But then he's injured until December, comes back, and just he's been disappointing. Again, he's showing up in those games against the bottom feeders, Montreal, at this point Nashville, Arizona. He's showing up against teams like this. But when it comes to the big dogs, he just doesn't play well. I don't know if it's the pressure or what it is, but just meh. I'm not a fan. I'm genuinely, just personally not a fan of Quinton Byfield, of what he's done. It also doesn't help that dude's like 6'5", and again, doesn't throw the weight around, At least from what I've seen of LA games this year, from what I've seen, doesn't throw the weight around a whole lot. Yeah. Jake Allen with a really solid pass gets Doc on a breakaway. Well, near a break at first, and then it does turn into a breakaway. Doc was near the end of a shift too. Doc comes down. Comrie is able to make the save. Comrie's able to make the save. Krebs from behind, cross check. Honestly, probably shouldn't have been a cross check, but it is called a cross check because Doc stays down. Habs go to the power play. I just really saw the chance started surprisingly with a Jake Allen save, which is very rare. Habs go to the power play again. Canadiens get set up. Doc with a nice chance. There's a scramble in front. No one can put it home. Habs then push off a turnover. Tuck is in off a near break. Finds Dahlin. Good deke. Allen makes the save. Habs are 0 for 3 on the power play. Sabres try to push to the dying 30 seconds. Habs are able to get a turnover, kill off the remainder of the time. We're going to a shootout. Tied 3-3 of the shots of the final shots. 41-33 for the Canadiens. Sens fans were hyping up Jake Sanderson this season, so where is he? Fazio, Jake Sanderson, as far as I can tell, is he not top 10 in Calder voting right now? 29 points this year, 69 nice games. Only 8 penalty minutes. Admittedly, is very solid. Only making 4 minors in your first full season in the NHL, very solid. And a -7 for the guy's first season in the NHL at 20 years old, not terrible. showing good potential. Yeah, for me though, I don't know what I'd want. I would want a little bit more out of him though. I would want a little bit more out of Jake Sanderson again, especially considering what the pick right before Lucas Raymond has done and what Jack Quinn is doing and what Marco Rossi, well not Marco Rossi, but yeah, like a Cole Perfetti, like what guys like this are doing and what an Anton Lundell is doing in Florida. He's playing well not necessarily amazing this year. I think he's having a down year, but he played great last year in my opinion for the Panthers. Yeah. Big shout out, by the way, Jamie Drysdale with 8 games this year and 0 points, unfortunately. I forgot he was the defenseman. For some reason, I thought Jamie Drysdale was a center. All right, boys, so let's go through the shootout, and then we'll end with the stats and the outro, like always. Victor Olofsson comes in. Good save by Jake Allen. Zuki's in, goes for the nice deke, but he just barely misses the net. That sucks. Peterka's in. He ends up getting saved. Good one there. Jonathan Drouin comes in, and he is stopped. Like he went for the backhand, tried to lift it, just wasn't able to get enough. Tuck in, and it's a save by Allen yet again. For some reason, everybody was trying to go for the glove on Jake Allen. I know it's a bad spot of his, but in the shootout, 4 or 5 guys going for it straight, you're just probably not going to beat him there. Matheson is your third shooter, surprisingly. Mike Matheson, I actually kind of liked it. In, and he stopped. Solid chance there. Quinn comes in. Jack Quinn comes in, and he scores. It is a no-look deke goal past Jake Allen's 5-hole. He doesn't cover it up, and it is 1-0 Sabres in the shootout. Ullinen in. Comrie makes the save, but it leaks through into the net. The game is not over. Jesse Ullinen ties the game at 1 in the shootout. Middlestad comes in, and he misses the net. Kovacevic is your 5th shooter for the Montreal Canadiens to try and win it. I thought he could have pulled off a Merrick Malik type move. Went for something, but Comrie unfortunately does make the save. Cousins is in, and it is a save. Who's up? Michael Pezzetta. Michael Pezzetta is your 6th shooter of the contest. Genuinely couldn't believe this. I turned around and I slammed my head on the couch. It was soft, don't worry, I didn't hurt myself. Yeah, I slammed my head against the cushion of my couch 3 times because I was genuinely I couldn't compute that Michael Pezzetta was in the shootout getting an actual attempt, and it wasn't like okay, yeah, we just need to play Pezzetta so we can get fucking the big guys out there again, not like the 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16, the 18th guy on the ice, for example, something like that. Yeah, Michael Pezzetta is your 6th shooter for the Canadiens. He's the 6th shootouter for the Canadiens. It wasn't intentional. The Jack Quinn goal, from what I looked, I haven't seen the replay of it, but from just looking at it, having watched it live, it didn't look intentional. It genuinely looked like he did just lose the puck and it got lucky into the net. Sporty said that he looked at the replay and it did look intentional. To me it looked unintentional is what I meant to say. It did look like he lost the puck and didn't mean to. Sporty said he looked at the replay and it was a solid goal. Like he did mean to do that. So I'll probably check out a replay after the stream and I'll probably let you know tomorrow if you want, Fagio. But to me, it looked unintentional. It looked like it was an accident and it just happened to be a lucky one. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. Yeah. Pezzetta comes in with a wrister and he scores. Michael Pezzetta right down the middle, cuts a little bit, and he puts it past Eric Comrie. The Montreal Canadiens win the game off of Michael fucking Pezzetta. He goes between the legs. Michael Pezzetta with the Tiger Williams Ty Domi celebration genuinely shook me to my core. I bent myself over the couch and started laughing hysterically. As soon as Pezzetta scored, I rolled onto the floor. Literally, I was raffling. I was literally rolling on the floor laughing. I was genuinely doing that. Pezzetta for Vezina Trophy, yes indeed, Faggio. Best goal of the century, absolutely John Teeter. Goal of the goddamn century. You're not going to beat that. But again, Pezzetta with the shootout winning goal. Habs get it 4-3 in a shootout. Genuinely, I still can't believe what the fuck we witnessed tonight. I genuinely can't believe it. Big shout out, boys. We've been streaming for an hour and a half, starting now. Yeah. Okay. Just, are you still beating him up when you meet him or no? Faggio, if we don't end up getting Connor Bedard, yes, because you can literally then blame Michael Pezzetta for the reason we did not get Connor Bedard. Dude, NCA, if Jack I ever had to get into a shootout against Ottawa and won it, dude, if that ever ended up happening, I would genuinely cream my pants. I wouldn't laugh on the floor. I probably would laugh in embarrassment for Ottawa, but I would genuinely nut my pants and then just sell them on eBay because that actually makes money. That's a joke, YouTube. That's a fucking joke. I wouldn't sell my pants. Yeah, John Teeter. Sharks are probably getting Bedard. It's probably Sharks or Chicago. But I mean, hey, we're Habs fans. We could still have hope. We could still have hope. We had hope that we could get Shane Wright last year, and then we ended up getting Yaroslavsky, but we still got first overall last year. We can have hope this year. We can have fucking hope. We can have a lot of hope if we want. All right, boys. So 4-3, Michael fucking Pezzetta genuinely scored. John Teeter, you're not the first person to say that we should draft Will Smith. Lucas TV. I don't know if you've been in the same chat at the same time as him, but Lucas TV also says that we should grab Will Smith. I wouldn't mind Will Smith. I'm more of a Dalibor Dvorsky or an Edward Sal type of guy. Obviously, I want Connor Bedard first, but for me, I'm more of a Dalibor Dvorsky or a Edward Sal guy. Like I said, of course, the big one behind Bedard that I'd want is Matvei Michkov, but apparently we're not looking to draft him, so we'll see. But yeah, if you guys got any last minute comments or questions, please put them in the chat after I do the recap, or as I start to do the recap, I will read them like this: Connor Perfetti, Rucker McGroarty, Ehlers, Chaz Lucic, Lambert. That's a pretty solid top six, Faggio. I actually kind of like that. Connor Perfetti, McGroarty, Ehlers, Lucic, and Lambert. I'd actually switch Lambert and McGroarty because I think Lambert has 100 points written all over him. I think he's going to be a 100-point scorer in the NHL. I love Brad Lambert. I was really, really surprised when Winnipeg took him because he fell that far. Was he not the one that was picked like 29th overall? Was it not Lambert? I want to say it was Brad Lambert. Yeah, he was picked 30th overall. Was genuinely surprised with where he got drafted. Like he got drafted after Maverick Lamoureux, who probably won't even play a game in the NHL. Big shout out as well of Ivan Marashchenko getting picked up by the Capitals, and everybody kind of just forgetting that. Big shout out. But yeah, no, I think like the two guys that I think are going to be the biggest gems in this draft, not picked up by the Canadiens, because obviously I can say Lane Hudson, but not picked up by the Canadiens. I think at least in the first round are going to be Matt Savoy for Buffalo and Brad Lambert for Winnipeg. Genuinely, I fucking love Matt Savoy in Buffalo. I think he's going to be amazing. And Brad Lambert is going to be incredible. Yeah, exactly. Nick Sochi, go Sens, go. You know what? You're a Sens fan. Everybody's wrong once in a while. No, good to see you here, man. Dude, exactly. Half a season of Andrew Kopp, not even, like 20 games of Andrew Kopp for Brad Lambert, basically. Oh, Faggio, that's absolutely the biggest masterclass fleece. But then again, Faggio, most teams that trade with the Rangers fleece the Rangers. So, yeah. At least now that Jeff Gordon is not there, of course. But yeah, Michael Pizza's now Habs legend. Let's go. Get in, loser. We're going to the playoffs. Oh, I love that. That is getting a goddamn fucking pin. Oh my god, I love that. Wait, what? Connor McDavid compares his game to Tyler Bozak's. That is Yeah, that's elite. Farrell over Pezzetta. I fucking love you so much. Thank you. Okay, I'm not okay. Thank you. But yeah, we chanted Brady better because we played against Florida. Well, Nick, you are completely wrong because who has more points and which one is actually in a playoff race? Um, yeah, I don't know. For me, if we're comparing the two, I'd much rather have Matthew because Brady, well, sure, he's the captain of Ottawa. What has he won? What has he done? Literally, Brady. Okay, 34 goals, 70. I'm sure he's above point per game. What does Matthew Tkachuk have? 35 goals. Okay, one more. 97 points. He's literally doing better than last year. He should finish with more points than he had last year. If you're asking me, I would much rather have Matthew over Brady, if you ask me. Matthew's better. Exactly, Sons. Like, all you got to do is just compare. Matthew Tkachuk has made the playoffs 4 times. Brady's made it 0. That's literally all you got to do. Rice Krispies underrated cereal. John, I've actually never had Rice Krispies. Exactly. A Woman ones W. Ones, how's it going, by the way, Sons? Good to see you in here. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're getting guys in here now that we're doing the stats. Let's go. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens with 23 goals, 38 assists for 61 points. He has 38 points, but 31. He has 38 assists, but 31 points. No, but 61 points. So unfortunately, I believe ended a 5-game point streak, something like that. He was, by the way, big shout out as well, Nick Suzuki. He was the second star of the week for the NHL. Big shout out. God damn it. Kirby Dach is second on the team in points with 14 goals, 25 assists, 39 points. Cole Caulfield, who is out for the rest of the year, 26 goals, 10 assists, 36 points. Josh Anderson, 21 goals, 11 assists, 32 points. He's unfortunately out for the rest of the year. Mike Hoffman, 13 goals, 19 assists, 32 points. Christian Dvorak, who's out for the rest of the year. To be fair, Matthew's been on stacked teams and Brady's been on dead last teams next season, hopefully playoffs. Brady will light it up. I mean, Nick, I wouldn't say Matthew's been on stacked teams. Calgary was never really stacked. They were just a decent playoff team. I would argue that they're not stacked. I would argue Matthew was actually one of the big reasons they made the playoffs because Calgary is not looking amazing. Are they not in the play? Are they not they're in the wild card spot, but are they not in by like 2 points or something like that? Let me look up the NHL standings again real quick because I gotta find this. So the wild card in the West. Yeah, no, they're out by 4 points. They're actually out by 4 points because Winnipeg is saying, "Hey, Calgary, why don't you get close to us? Why don't you almost force us out of a playoff spot, but then don't? Wouldn't that be really funny?" But yeah, again, they're out of the wild card technically. They're only 4 points back, but just what's the likelihood they do catch Winnipeg? I wouldn't argue Matthew Tkachuk has been on stacked teams because, again, Calgary loses Matthew Tkachuk, and who people thought was the better player at the time, get Jonathan Huberdeau. They thought giving up Mackenzie, they thought that Huberdeau and Weegar for Tkachuk was going to end up being a fleece. Who would have thought it would? Just not for the right team that people said at the time. But yeah, I just for me, again, I don't know if I'd say he's been on more stacked teams. I don't know if I'd say that. Brady again, Brady is on a team that was projected to make playoffs this year, and all right. Bleacher Report mock draft. Sorry, I got a live stream notification. So Connor Bedard, obviously, Fantilli, Leo Carlson, Michkov. I'm actually surprised they do have him still ranked as 4th. I think he's gonna fall off. Not because of lack of skill, but just again the Russian factor. Will Smith at 5th, of course. Keep fucking my wife's mouth. Ryan Leonard. Who? Braden Yeager. Really? Braden Yeager, that's actually a little bit surprising. I feel like he's had a bit of a decent jump this season. Zach Benson, Dalibor Dvorsky, Colby Barlow. Yeah, where the fuck did Quentin Musty go, Faggio? Where did Quentin Musty go? Because, wasn't it 4 months ago Quentin Musty was hyped as this dude could challenge for a top 10 draft pick? Wasn't it partly... Wasn't it a thing, like I said, that Quentin Musty, this dude could challenge for a top 10 pick. Where the 2023 mock, Bedard and the Habs. Well, so Suchi, if we get Bedard, genuinely, we are going to be fire. Going to be one of the best teams in the NHL next year. Well, maybe not next year, but in 2 to 3 years, we are going to be deadly. Genuinely. Also, Faggio, Quentin Musty has dropped off so much. He is currently projected 25th to go to Columbus. Somehow, Quentin Musty will still end up being a better player than Adam Fantilli, in my opinion. I'd like Quentin Musty, actually, Faggio. I would like Quentin Musty. The issue is the Canadiens have a shit ton of left wingers. That is the thing that sucks, though. Yeah. That is the only thing that sucks. Yeah, we have Slavkovsky, Farrell, Josh Anderson, who apparently can play both right and left wing. Emil Heineman. We also have Josh Waugh, who can play I think all 3 forward positions. Yeah, just if we get Quentin Musty, we either have to hope Anderson can play 4th line wing, we trade Anderson, or Quentin Musty is just a trade option. For example, we're gonna have to hope that. Oh, Faggio, absolutely. He is definitely this year's Brad Lambert. Not in the same sense where, I think Lambert was projected 10th or 11th, for example, and he just really fell. But definitely Quentin Musty is definitely this year's Brad Lambert in the, why was he even projected to fall this much? I could definitely see that being the case. I also think he can end up being this year's kind of Lane Hudson. I think he can end up being this year's Lane Hudson in a way where it's, okay, we didn't expect him to fall this much, but wow, that's a good pick, What if Habs drafted Bedard and Price came back? John, in the 0.0001% chance that actually happens, that we get Bedard and Price also happens to come back for next season, for example, we could genuinely be a playoff team. If Price came back, we get Bedard, Caulfield, Suzuki, Jack-Eye, say we re-sign Monahan, obviously re-sign Caulfield as well. Get all these guys fully healthy and ready for the regular season. Anderson, Dvorak, these guys are also out. Make sure Matheson's fully healthy, for example. And I think we get one more, say, depth forward, I think. Genuinely, we could be a playoff team. I honestly see the Canadiens as a playoff team next year. If we get Bedard, Price comes back, and all our guys are healthy, I could see us being a playoff team. Now, obviously, Price wouldn't be able to carry the full load, for example. He probably would get about 30, maybe 40 games, and Montembeault or Allen are probably writing most of the games. But it's the games that Price plays, probably pretty good ones. Yeah. Oh, John, there's no way it's Primo. There is no way that it's going to be Primo as our starter next year, or backup, whoever would be playing with Carey Price, for example, if he did come back. There's a 0% chance. Big shout out Michael Pezzetta being 6th on HockeyDB's 5 minutes ago, and he was apparently number 2 an hour ago, behind somehow Max Sesson was there. Big shout out Josh Waugh. Big shout out to my boy Joshy Waugh. Akito Hiroshi for some reason was there, and of course Matt Boldy, who now has 28 points on the year. Max Sashin, who is 22 years old, he was apparently signed by the Canucks 2 days ago. So yeah, Canucks fans hyping up another prospect that will never make the NHL. That's fun. But yeah, and also Akito Hiroshi, who I don't get why people are looking at this guy. I don't get why people are looking at him. I guess because he's a free agent. Ryan Leonard is an 18-year-old right wing for the U.S. National Hockey Development Program. He currently has 75 points in 47 games of 41 goals, playing beside Will Smith. Well, Faggio, for the sake of those two guys, that'd be cool if one team drafted them both, because it's always cool seeing former teammates play with each other and just, being able to do good together. I mean, hell, the Sedins, we've seen that with them. All right. I gotta hurry up because, god damn it, my fucking voice hurts. TSN's Bob McKenzie singled out Leonard's physicality and high-end shot, top six NHL winger. Yeah, Faggio, I could see Ryan Leonard being that then if he has good physicality and a high-end shot. If he's 18 and playing with Will Smith and he has that amount of points and that many goals, despite playing against Will Smith, if he is genuinely that good with his shot and he has good physicality, I could see him being a good second-line winger, Ryan Leonard. I see him more of a third-line type of guy, just hearing the name Ryan Leonard. I could see a good third-line guy, but who knows? Yeah, maybe second-liner. Yeah, Faggio, I haven't heard of him until today either, but just seeing those stats, and not bad. I have no clue where he came from either, Faggio, but it's genuinely funny. I haven't. I should also go. Hey, NZ, thank you for coming by, man. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, my good sir. DeBrincat, Giroux, Stutzel, Kachuk, Bathurst, Norris, mid. Bedard now. Suchi assuming the Suns have a chance of getting Connor Bedard. Oh, that's funny. Shabbat, Chikrin, Brandstrom, Hamonic, Sanderson if we win lottery. I mean, Sochi, you have to fall to like at least the 11th worst team in the league. Not just like worst team in the league via like disappointing, but just like in the standings. I mean, then yeah, no, you have to fall like four spots, I think. If you want a chance of drafting Connor Bedard. So, yeah. All right, let's get through these. Let's get through the stats. I think I was stopping at Dvorak. Mike Matheson, or Michael Matheson, as he was drafted by. He's not NHL ready, though. He's apparently committed to Boston College for the 23-24 season. Yeah, Faggio, I can see that being the case. I wouldn't be surprised to see him fall from, I think he was projected, fifth round pick, though. Or fifth round pick, fifth overall, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if he falls, say, to 9th or 10th, for example, just because he's not committed for this year, or he's already committed to college for next year. Like I could just see teams for some reason souring on him because of that. I don't see why, but you never know. I could see him dropping a little bit, a couple spots from where he would have gone. Jonathan Drouin, 2 goals, 26 assists, 28 points. David Savard, 3 goals, 17 assists, 20 points. Yevgeny Dadonov, when he was a Montreal Canadian, and Caden Gooley both have 4 goals, 14 assists, 18 points. Gooley, unfortunately, out for the rest of the year. Both him and Anderson with high ankle sprains. Very, very rare that the NHL actually gives us like what the injury is. Harvey Pinard, 12 goals, 5 assists, 17 points. Sean Monahan, when he was a Canadian, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. Jordan Harris, 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points. Jesse Ullian, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. Sean Monahan, by the way, is seemingly out for the rest of the year. Sencha tried to brink it Stutzel Kachuk. That line would be so fire. Suchi. I mean, maybe. I don't care much about the Sens. We'll see. Maybe they'll try it out with like 4 games left when there's nothing to play for anymore. But yeah, I mean, that might be decent. DeBrincat as the alleged shooter, Stutzel as the flopper, and Kachuk as a power forward might work. Well, an agitator, I'd say more so than a straight up power forward. Like he's not that big either, so he's like a Marchand. He kind of has to be more of an agitator type of guy. Jordan Harris, I think already did. Jesse Ulinen, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. Alex Belzile, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. Justin Barron, 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. Jonathan Kovacevic, 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points. Michael Pezzetta, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points, and a shootout winner. Arbor Jacki is unfortunately out for the rest of the year. 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Jake Evans, 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points. Brendan Gallagher, 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. Rem Pitlick, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Yoel Armia, who's unfortunately seemingly out for the rest of the year, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. Joel Edmondson, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. Yosef Kofsky is out for the rest of the year, basically. 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Dennis Kirianov, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Chris Tierney with a goal, 5 assists for 6 points. Chris Weidman with 6 assists. Anthony Richard, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Jake Allen and Corey Shenneman each with a goal. With an assist. Jake Allen does not have a goal this year. Arbor Jacki, 9 fights. Michael Pezzetta, 6 fights. Jake Evans and Caden Gooley each with 2 fights. Kirby Doc, Josh Hoffman, Josh Anderson, Mike Hoffman, Alex Belzile, Jonathan Kovacevic, Brendan Gallagher, and Chris Wedman all have a fight this year. Ooh. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Rice. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Favorite channel includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything else. My name is Rice. Subscribe to Puff Club. Subscribe to City Club. Time to sub up. Subscribe to the Nation. Remember the Wild Card. The morning concert streams and reviews is much greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again for watching. My name is Rice again, and I'm out. Adam Montreal. Always remember my Brad this year, like last year. I'm fairly okay, really, like this year. Go Habs, go, baby. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Rice again, and I'm out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Michael fucking Pezzetta, baby. Mike.